Hey, Buff Nation, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson here. Coming up this week in the Buffalo Stampede. Finally, college football is upon us, and we're talking a lot of it. In fact, we have the Kickoff Luncheon for Coach Prime of the Buffaloes. We're going to talk to my broadcast partner, legendary coach Gary Barnett. Also hear from one of the veterans, safety Trevor Wood. And, of course, we're going to hear from Coach Prime. And a new feature, we're grilling and chilling with coaches with soccer coach Danny Sanchez. All this week in the Stampede.
When I landed here, we were greeted by a multitude of onlookers, students at the airport. And I just shook my head and I said, I believe. And the love and the appreciation and support, I said, I believe. Then I walked around town and we went to eat here and there with my sons. I said, wow, they didn't have grits, but I believe. And as I journeyed all around the city, it was so much love and so much spirit and so much energy and so much want from you all. And I continued to believe. Then starting to see the coaches come in and one by one and they looking around like, wow, we couldn't believe this place and what you all have established here. The beauty of it and the beauty, just looking out the windows and seeing the mountains. I'm from Florida, man. I ain't never seen no mountains and been in no snow. But slowly but surely, you just made me feel so much love and so much appreciation and so much respect that my kids felt the same thing. So I'm here to tell you, not only do I appreciate you, not only do I love you, but darn it, I believe. And it's about time for you to believe right now, too.
Well, there's Coach Prime of the Kickoff Luncheon as we get the season underway. Hi, everybody. Our very first Buffalo Stampede television show. Coach Gary Barnett, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. The Prime era is upon us. Got a little different feel this year, doesn't it?
It's been amazing what has happened in this community. And you got to give the community credit. You got to give everybody associated with the university that's joined in to help make this possible. It starts with the 5 inches of snow on a spring game and 47,000 people show up. So it's just continuing.
Yeah.
And there's no let up in store right now.
You know, Gary, when you hire a new coach, you want success in the football field. But in this day and age, there's things beyond, the field. Deion Sanders brings this unlike any other human being I've ever seen in college athletics.
Well, as you know, I've been one of those guys, but nothing to the level that Deion Sanders brings to it. And it's a little bit about what the world's about now, society, what people want, what TV and social media have done, and it's transformed everything. And nobody plays it better, nobody knows it better than this guy. And that's why there's all these people here. That's why we're going to sell out. That's why we're going to win some games, but it's why we're going to have a lot of people following us that we haven't had before.
Season tickets sold out for the first time since 1996. Sponsorships, endorsements. Look around right now. There's going to be close to 2,000 people here at the Kickoff Luncheon. Buff Nation's bought into this.
Merchandise. We sold more merchandise than anybody in the country. We're a 1-10 team, or whatever. I mean, we lose 10 or 11 or 12 last year. Whatever it is, we only won one. And yet we sell more merchandise than anybody in the country. It's unbelievable.
The Buffaloes going to open up the regular season September 2nd at TCU. We're going to finally talk some football, but let's get some more highlights from the Kickoff Luncheon here at the IPF. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Celebrate responsibly.
We're going to play fast. We're going to be disciplined. We're going to control the line of scrimmage, and we're going to maximize our calculated shots. Those need to be the characteristics. Those need to be the traits. That's when you guys see what we do. That's what jumps off the screen. Or if you're with us in Fort Worth, you're celebrating and you're cheering that it's a team that is self-aware, is situationally aware, plays with great discipline, plays collectively together as one. It's 11 young men that are seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and then they go and they perform and they play because that's who they are, and this game is about them, and it's our job as a staff to put them in the best position to be successful on that Saturday so that they can thrive, and then we let them go shine.
Really just remain in focus day in and day out, week in and week out, and really just never slacking, just always being focused and keep the main thing the main thing.
Highlights from I can't say sold out because the entire 100 yards of the field weren't entirely filled, but nearly sold out. IPF for the kickoff lunch. We continue with Coach Gary Barnett. All right, football standpoint. What's been your observations? He comes in on December 4th, does Coach Prime. What have you seen so far?
Well, December 4th, there's 2 stages. From December 4th through the spring game is one stage. And then virtually all those people that played in the spring game, other than 10 guys, left and a whole new group came in.
Right.
So it's 2 chapters. And, we have to wait and see, obviously, whether this whole thing works because nobody else has done it. Nobody else has done what Deion Sanders has done by completely reversing an entire roster, all but 10 guys. Will it work? Well, we're going to find out. But here's what I've seen, Mark. He's got probably 60 to 70 guys that are in their 4th and 5th year of school. That means they're 22, 23 years old.
Yep.
When you're putting together a team of guys who've already been to school, broken up with their girlfriend, been away from home, gone through all what it takes to learn to play college football, it's a lot easier to make that group into a team than it is when you've got 20 freshmen and 20 sophomores and they haven't gone through all that stuff. So you've got a lot of pretty mature guys here that many are in their last chance, their last season. They want to make the best of it. So I've seen him put together a team. He's put together more talent we've had in a while, Mark, I can say that. We're not perfect. We've still got some holes that he'll fill eventually, but can't do it now. But we have a lot of speed, a lot of length, a lot of skill, and they play up-tempo offense, up-tempo defense, and we're going to see. It's going to be exciting. I'm not going to have anything to say this year.
I know, because I'll be doing all the talking. Very quick comment about Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback in about 30 seconds.
Well, I like Shedeur when I saw him play 2 games at Jackson State.
Yep.
I've liked him since I saw him a little bit in spring, but I really like him now 3 or 4 weeks in.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. Prime time is underway for the Colorado Buffaloes. We're at the kickoff luncheon here at the IPF. We're going to continue on the Stampede after a quick break, talking more football.
Practice-wise, man, these guys have been getting after it. I'm proud of them. They've been working their butts off, and they've kind of challenged one another to do so as such. Our morning message this morning really wasn't me talking at them. It was them telling me what they need to do to be dominant in this game. And everything they said, we wrote on the board, and we said, okay, now go out there and practice and do it. Don't wait until Saturday to do it. Do it now. So I'm happy with our young men. I really am.
Well, it's Coach Prime at his weekly press conference. It's game week for the Buffaloes, getting the 2023 season underway. Back in the Stampede, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Safety Trevor Woods joining us here, getting ready for game number 1 at TCU. You get nervous on game day?
I really don't too much. I try to stay loose, make jokes with some guys.
Yeah.
I'm doing it up to the first snap. So.
Do you feel intensity rising when game week finally gets here?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, coach is making an emphasis. They tell us that the intensity's up. Everyone's getting more into it. Guys, they should have been going hard already, but they're going even harder. So, it's definitely intensity rises.
I was talking to Van Wells earlier this week, and I said to him, it's one of the returning guys, okay? You think back to late November, 1-11, bad season. Everyone's got their dauber down. And the difference between then and now, can you explain to fans what this last 9 months has been like for you?
It's been a complete turnaround. Like you get real low, when 1-11, that's tough. It's tough on everybody. It's tough on everything, mentally, all that. So just trying to get a complete turnaround, and that's kind of what the coaches have helped do. Bring in everybody. It's a whole new team, so it's not the same feeling as it used to be. When the expectations rise, intensity rises, energy rises. Could you tell that during the off-season workouts? Yeah, I mean, you see our anytime we post anything, you got people comments are going crazy. It's super big. It's there's people, a lot of expectations, a lot of people doubting. Yeah. So definitely intensity. Yeah. You feel you're number 3 now. You played a lot of football. You feel like a veteran player? Yeah, I do. Last year I got a little bit of a feeling, but this year I've got a lot more confidence, and I understand what other teams are trying to do at this level now. He's going to be one of the leaders for the Buffs on defense. Let's hear some more from Coach Prime Sanders at his weekly press conference.
Powered by Ford. Cars, trucks, and SUVs built for America. Built Ford proud.
Well, they came here because they wanted it. They came here because they wanted the light, they wanted the smoke, they wanted the attention, they wanted the focus, they wanted the love. But also you got to understand there's the opposite of that as well, that you got to be willing to accept when you want all and desire those things. These kids are ready. We prepare them not just athletically, we prepare them mentally for things and challenges that's going to happen in life as well. So I like what I see on a daily basis. I really do. Matter of fact, I love these kids. I really do. I'm not only coaching their mental, their physical, as well as their spiritual, and just trying to guide them to their financials as well. So it's if you just coach football, you missing it. You just leading these kids down the football path. You're gonna miss 98% of your locker room because it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. I mean, we tell these parents all the time, you send us a boy, we're gonna send you back a man, and that has nothing to do with football. It has everything to do with the mental, the social, the spiritual, the economical, all these different facets of life.
More from Coach Prime at his weekly press conference as we continue with Trevor Wood as he gets ready for the Buffs season opener against TCU on Saturday. Going back home. That's home for you, right? Texas?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's 4 hours away, but
right.
But I got a lot of people going, whether it's family or friends, so I'm excited.
What is it about football in Texas? Why is it so special down there?
It's
different, isn't it?
It is different. It's we got the big stadiums, obviously. Everyone, it's just if you're a big dude, you're on the football field. You have to. If you have any athleticism, you're playing.
And you're kind of a stadium junkie, aren't you? So this gives a chance for you to go to a new stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, where's your favorite place outside of Folsom Field?
Outside of Folsom, probably some. I mean, the Rose Bowl was really cool. I mean, it would have been nice if it was packed up.
Right.
But the Rose Bowl was just the locker room. It has all the pictures of all the biggest events ever.
All the history.
I loved that. So it was real cool.
Okay, how about the heat? You're a Texas guy. You're used to that heat, but it's supposed to be like 101, 102 game day?
I prefer the heat over cold.
Do you really?
Yeah, so I'm used to it. I love, I told my family when I went home, I was happy to feel the humidity. Not a lot of people say that, but it was nice.
Better for you than me, I can tell you that much.
All right, what makes you confident about this defense in 2023?
We just get after it. We got guys who, we run to the ball. We've made it a real big emphasis. If you're not running the ball, you're getting kicked out of the field.
Sure.
So we run to the ball, so we're gonna be flying around. We can cover, we can get pressure, all of it.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Like I said, this guy's going to be a playmaker. He already has been for the Buffaloes. Will be in 2023. Trevor Wood and the Buffs will take on TCU on Saturday down at Fort Worth. Coming up next here in the Stampede, we're going to see some fall camp highlights.
What is belief? Belief is an ideal you hold with conviction and importance. When I say I believe, I truly do. Because I love what we've gathered in this room.
How is it going to affect you? Nothing outside should affect you.
Because right now you got to dig deep. I want you to practice to be great.
Time to clock in and go to work. Every day's a freaking work day. Let's get on the same page. Go, sick.
And there's Colorado getting ready for the opener as the Buffs open up Saturday at number 17 TCU. Game 1 of the Prime Era back at the Buffalo Stampede. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. A lot of excitement, obviously. The build-up over the last 9 months has been incredible. Let's look back to what Colorado has done during fall camp, getting ready for the Horned Frogs.
All signs point to Deion Sanders heading to Colorado.
It's time for Coach Prime and the primetime era. Our 28th coach in Colorado history, Coach Prime.
I just want you to know, I'm coming.
We're bringing our luggage. It's Louis.
Overnight, Colorado goes from a brand that's honestly been forgotten to all of a sudden a lot of attention, a lot of buzz.
We didn't just bring you in here to just compete. We brought you in here to dominate.
This is the type of guy that I think can do that because he is one of one.
It's going to be a different place, a different feel, a different attitude, a different energy.
Who's going to win? Who's going to win?
You're either doing it right and you're producing, or you're not.
You got to pull up this bait, because ain't none of this free. You got to go get it, and it's going to cost you something.
It ain't about what they doing. It's always about us. 15 opportunities to come out here and invest and compete at a championship level.
Freaking intensity right here. Be who we are.
Make it happen right now today.
Boss, are you ready? I need everything you got right now.
And we're building a team. I want more than that. I want it to be more than a team.
It's a new era. They came out to see what's new. It's time! It's time! It's time! It's time!
Who ready?
I'm ready.
Who ready?
I'm ready.
Who ready?
I'm ready.
Well, give me my darn theme music again.
That's the prime effect that you talk about, Chris.
Not just his story, but our history has proven that we win. We're winners, man.
We want to do it now, create the best roster possible, and we don't apologize for that.
I only know how to do things one way, and that's with every darn thing I got. And we make no excuses. We make no excuses. A bunch of like-minded men who want to get their education, who want to play pro football, and want to win.
Shot and it finds the net, and there is that offense. Shira James. Away, Clark in front of goal, shoots, and Alli Clark scores again, her second of the season.
Well, there's a great couple of goals for the Buffaloes in a 2-0 victory over Michigan State. Women's soccer team knocks out the 14th team in the land, Alli Clark and Shira James. Back at the Buffalo Stampede up here on the rooftop, overlooking the Flatirons. It's grilling and chilling with coaches. Danny Sanchez gets to be the first one to grill and chill with us. What do you think about this?
Well, we'll see if it's edible after I get done with it, but it looks great.
Cooking brats, by the way, our segment presented by Safeway, your local grocer since 1926. Nice start to the season. Look at those brats. Can you hear them? They're sizzling right now. Speaking of sizzling, nice victory the other day. We'll talk more about that Michigan State, but you guys started 2-1 before the Michigan State victory. But the first couple were under the lights. How was that experience?
It was unbelievable. That first night game with UNC, great crowd to get a win, shut out over in-state rival, some good goals, some good individual performances. But it's something we've been talking about since I got here in December of 2011. And for it to come together on that night, it was perfect.
And that first night under the lights, by the way, the crowd was phenomenal. The turnout was fantastic for us.
It was unbelievable. And we expect the same thing as we go forward. These Thursday night games, it's cooler, the weather's perfect, you can have dinner before you go. So we're looking forward to hosting 4 or 5 more under the lights this year.
Like I said, 2-1 before the Michigan State match. The start, obviously, what would like than 3-0. But how do you assess your team's beginning?
Well, we're not giving up goals, and that was an issue for us last year. We're good in goal, we're good in the back. Yeah, the Marquette game was a little disappointing, but if you look at the game, we had the run and play. It just didn't happen for us. But that's okay. But we're creating chances, but we're not giving up goals, and we're giving ourselves a chance to win every game.
Your mids are playing pretty well right now. I mean, the defense has been great, hasn't it?
Yeah, the defense has been great. We solidified that. We still have some moving pieces, and we've been battling a little bit of injuries, but other players are stepping up, so we're pleased with where we're at.
Your roster, good mix, young and old, veterans?
14 new players between freshmen, transfers, some grad transfers. This is how it is these days, as we know. Not quite the same as the turnover here, but there was a lot. I mean, half the team is new, so there's going to be a little bit of bumps early, but great leadership. Players have been around, but we have 3 or 4 freshmen that are really stepping up.
So the Buffaloes end up getting that 2-1, make it 2-0 win over Michigan State. And afterward, we heard from one of the two that scored one of those 2 goals, that being Alli Clark.
There's jostling for it, well done by Wessler. Now a turnover, it's in the back of the net. Colorado 1-0.
Yeah, I think the Marquette game was definitely a learning experience for us. And I think ever since that game, we vowed to come out in every single half with 100% energy and leave it all on the field with all of our heart and grit. And I think that energy carried through the whole game, which was crucial for our offense and defense. This past week in practice, we really cracked down on our offense and worked on different patterns and really having that offensive mindset and giving us the confidence to attack and go forward and create opportunities for ourselves and score goals. So I think just repetition and practicing and practice our offensive movement and patterns and things like that really helped us going into Thursday's game and today's game. I think Shira is the most powerful player I've ever seen, and when she's going, she's unstoppable, and I sure definitely wouldn't want to be behind one of her shots because she rips that thing.
We're cooking up those Biker Jim's brats. You can find them at Safeway, by the way, your local grocer since 1926, one of our great sponsors. And by the way, you can get Biker Jim's as well at all sporting events. We continue with Danny Sanchez. How's the grilling going here? You approving?
I'm getting really hungry, Mark, so let's wrap up this segment. Let's get to work here.
No, wait a minute. I didn't say we were going to share the brats with you after the segment.
That's not very nice.
Danny Sanchez of the women's soccer team right now, coming off that victory over number 14 Michigan State on Sunday. Let's talk about that one. That was a big match for you guys. First win over a ranked opponent since 2021.
Yeah, we've had some draws last year, but we never could get over the hump. Michigan State won the Big Ten last year, and they're probably just as talented, not more talented this year. So got off to a great start, like we mentioned, and we showed Shira, great goal. And then I thought the second half our depth really took over. Sunday for them, a little bit warm, after up, the game gets stretched a little bit, and then Alli Clark, a great individual effort to kind of kill the game off, but a great result from the Buffs as we build towards the rest of the season.
Well, we've talked in the past about Shira James. I mean, just a great player for you, right?
Yeah, she scores goals, and that's the hardest thing to do. You know, it's just like all the other sports. At the end of the day, yeah, defense wins championships, but if you don't score, it doesn't matter how good you defend. And she's off to a good start for the season, and we really hope that she keeps amping herself up. And she should be an impactful player every single game, and we saw that on Sunday.
You know, when you think of the Big Ten from a football standpoint, you think physicality. That was a physical match you had with Spartans.
It was. They're two NCAA tournament teams, in my opinion. They're a team that's going to compete for the Big Ten, and our last year in the Pac-12, we were hoping to make a run to the top of that. So it was a NCAA. I told the team before the game, it's an NCAA tournament level intensity game, and that's what you get.
You know, you mentioned in the previous conversation here about all the transfers. We're seeing that in all sports and college athletics. Now, the transition, kind of melding new talent together, what's that process like?
Well, fortunately for us, a couple are fifth years, so they've been kind of through it. They've seen the song and dance. They know what the expectation is. And we have a couple, like a Greer McGuire, that came in that didn't play a lot at Arkansas, played 90 minutes on Sunday. So she wanted a chance to get back home, which we get a lot of that, but more importantly, an opportunity to make more of an impact on game day. So they're all experienced, but they all fit in really well.
Coming up now, you've got North Carolina State and Purdue, a couple of big ones this week.
Two more big ones. It doesn't get any easier. NC State, 7 p.m., print up under the lights, and then high noon on Sunday against Purdue. It's an exciting week of soccer.
Get on out there, support Danny and the CU women's soccer team as we're grilling and chilling with coaches, presented by Safeway. It pays to use the Safeway Deals and Delivery app. You can use the app to schedule grocery pickup and delivery. Get your groceries from the convenience of your car with Drive Up and Go curbside pickup. Use promo code SAVE30 for $30 off your first order. And don't forget, the football team opens up on Saturday down at TCU against the 17th rated team in the country. Our broadcast to Colorado Football Network is underway at 8 a.m. Kickoff between the Buffs and the Horned Frogs at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. That'll wrap up this week's Buffalo Stampede. I'm voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. We'll talk to you next time.